wow, I have a little hiatus slash silent minty bee, and I come back with wavy hair. I've changed. I'm not even Katie anymore. I'm Katie in all lowercase. You know, like the K is not capitalized anymore. We are in our Evermore era, okay? It's fall. Oh, that worked out way too perfectly. I planned it because I'm a genius. That's what I want you to think, okay? Do you believe me? I plan everything. I am Machiavellian. No, I am just a senseless girl who happens to stumble into perfect moments every now and then. It's a really weird way to start this video.
Nice.
So yeah, I'm keeping that in because I told myself I was going to try and cut as little as my OCD brain can handle out of this video, because I will be screen recording, and editing me talking and a screen recording at the same time is incredibly difficult, and I don't like to do it. So that being said, this is gonna be a long video. It's gonna be long, might be a little rambly. If you haven't read the title, this is going to be me telling you about the 56, there we go, my memory, sharp. The 56 books that I've read this year, most of which you know nothing about because I have not been really filming anything. So, hi, you're welcome. Let's catch up on everything that's happened in 2024, reading-wise. Hair-wise, I will say that if you have any idea on how I can kind of train my hair, this is just apparently what it looks like. I had no idea. My brother grew his hair out and it's curly, and I was like, what? And he goes, yeah, didn't you know that dad's hair is curly? It's just his hair's really short now. No, I didn't know that. I did not know that. He was like, oh, you should stop blow drying it and straightening it or combing it, brushing it. And this happens? I'm sorry, what? What do you mean? I feel like Taylor Swift an hour into a humid Eras tour. Not fully curly, it's wavy, but my mind is freaking blown. Anyway, if you have any ideas or suggestions on what to do with this, then please let me know. I am completely ignorant, so any advice is good advice. Okay, sorry. What we're going to be doing is I'm going to talk to you about the 56 books that I have read, and I am going to use my iPad with, oh my god, this is not the cutest case. Well, I mean, the case is clear, but the sticker's underneath. Shout out to my book club, The Smut Salon. It's my Patreon. If you ever want to join, I am so active over there. I'm on there right now, actually. We're doing reading sprints. Well, I'm doing productivity sprints. Anyway, I'm sorry. This is so long. Okay, I have a little, let me show you, a little grid set. Oh.
Bruh.
Take my eye out. Good God. Okay, I have a little grid set up on Canva, and there is more than 56. I don't remember how many there are. I think 52. Of these little frames is what they call it. And it's going to be ranking all the books. So I'm going to take a book. I'm going to tell you kind of what I thought about it. If I really like it, I'll give you a synopsis, but I'm not betting on it. You know, I'm not promising anything. Okay. Because I'm not going to give a synopsis of all of these. I'm going to try and make this, I was about to say under an hour long. I doubt that's going to happen. Katie, don't let it be an hour and a half. Don't let that happen.
Why you always lying?
I really see myself cutting to me being like, girl, you got a big storm coming. Okay, anyway, I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to place them where I think they might rank. Now I can move them and reshuffle, you know, but I want to see a definitive ranking as far as this moment in time right now, because, you know, seasons of your life, you change your mind on things. I want to see what is at the top and what's at the bottom definitively on my list. There are a couple that I will mention, but I'm not going to rank for various reasons. So actually, no. Yeah, we're going to have quite a few blanks. Anyway, I'm so sorry. That is going to be a little bit confusing, but I'm going to be screen recording this so you'll see it at the same time. Longest intro of all humanity, of space-time, and quantum physics. I am truly sorry. Let's get into it. I would love for this to be a continuous take, front to back, but I do have to jump back on for reading sprints, so there will be a cut in 27 minutes and 8 seconds. Perfect. I'm going to hit screen record. Katie, editing. I'm hitting screen record right now, and it's 2, 1, blast off. Okay, here we go. Ranking 2024 books. Let me see what the first one I read this year is. Heartstopper Volume 5. I physically own it, physically read it, obviously. I absolutely loved it. I gave it 5 stars. It wasn't my favorite in the series, but I really liked it, and I haven't given out a crazy amount of 5 stars. Obviously, y'all know what this is about, and this cover is everything. But the best thing about this is that there's going to be a 6th volume when we were previously led to believe there was only going to be 5, and I was ready to cry. I was ready to cry. But no, we're getting a 6th one. Okay, I'm going to put this in the top, but not at 1. I guess what does that make it? 7? I don't know. Listen. Okay, the second thing I read was Bloom by Delilah S. Dawson. Now, this is one that I gave, I think originally I'd said I gave it a 3.75. I'm giving it a 4, but knowing that if I reread this, it could be a 5, but probably a 4.5. I think I was like lost in some critiques that I had. I was lost in the critique sauce, you know, and I was missing the brilliance of this. So that's my bad. I'm going to put it on the second row. Let's put it here. Yeah, sure. We'll have to reorganize things anyway. Third book that I read is Butcher and Blackbird. And you know what? How the Mighty Have Fallen. We'll get to that. Butcher and Blackbird by Bryn Weaver. I physically read most of this and listened to the audiobook. It's right there. For parts of the guys sections because the accent was really cool. I had a fantastic time with this. I gave it 4 stars. I loved it. Now, I think the writing is bad. Like, let's not split hairs. The writing is not good. I'm sorry, Bryn Weaver. Like, this is... Anyway, also, the color scheme of the cover is, oh my God, so amazing because it makes annotating and picking a tab color. And I will say, that affects my rating. I'm just kidding. Okay, Butcher and Blackbird, I really, really loved. But... for reasons, we're going to put it here. I gave it a 4 star, and you might be like, oh my God, Bloom got a 3.75 and Butcher and Blackbird got a 4, but trust me, the demise is coming. It is coming. Next, I read, oh my God, so cute. I read Garlic and the Witch and Garlic and the Vampire. So, these are 2 little graphic, I didn't mean to do that. Oh no. Garlic and the Vampire and Garlic and the Witch are 2 really, 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 really cute little graphic novels of a little, was it Spud? I don't remember what they're called, but there's a little thing of garlic that becomes like a person, and it's like witchy, and it's like cozy, and it's so autumnal, and I think it's definitely something you should read in autumn, for sure. Like November is a perfect time to read this book. Now, I physically own these, but my friend is borrowing them, and I forgot to say it's by Brie Paulson. So I gave Garlic and the Vampire 4 stars, and I gave Garlic and the Witch 5 stars. They're both fantastic, but Garlic and the Vampire was just a little bit less amazing than Garlic and the Witch. And I don't remember why. I truly don't. So I'm going to put Garlic and the Witch, let's see. I feel like it has to go before Bloom then. It was so freaking cute. I'm going to put it there. We're going to move things around. Don't worry. And then I'm going to put, sure. No thoughts. Head empty. Okay, then I read Killing Stalking Volume 5 by Coogie. I gave this 4 stars, I think. Actually, I kept my rating over here. Yeah, I gave it 4. This Stockholm Syndrome, like, is really a romance now. Like, this is a dark romance. I don't know what Coogie thought she was doing, but this is a dark romance. But I will say, at this point, I was getting a little bit worried of like, where are we going? You know? But in this one, I was still having a fantastic time. So I'm going to put this after Garlic and the Vampire. But again, we're going to move everything around, so it doesn't matter. Next, I read Magnolia Parks by Jess Hastings. And every girl was gagged. Every girl was gagged. Gagarina. Gagathon. Gavathon. Gagathon. Those rhyme for a reason. I adored this book. Adored it. Okay, let me show you actually my physical book. I physically read this. Look at that. Is that crazy? That's crazy. Actually, hold on. Don't fold. Okay. I have to show you. The mental gymnastics that I was doing for this book. Like, what in the world? Hold on. There's some good shit. We got some cute little pages there. What about, where's the BJ? Oh, here we go. It's all of BJ Valentine's tattoos. I was clearly mentally very stable during this time. I absolutely loved it. I totally understand why certain people can't handle this, because it does have, basically the entire thing is about addiction and cheating. Yeah, but I had the time of my freaking life. Oh my God, I just realized that this was turned around. So sorry for you at home. This is going in the upper echelon. The upper echelon. I'm going to put it at number 3 for now, but it could be a 1 or 2. I absolutely ate it up. I need to continue with the series. I know. I hear you. Okay. Then, I read Fangirl Down by Tessa Bailey. Yeah, she's just not for me. She's not for me. The butt stuff, I'm good. Like, I don't really like reading about sex anyway. And everybody has a kink. And good for you. If you like that, Tessa Bailey does it a lot. In her books, a lot. I just don't like her writing. I don't. And I'm going to tell you that while this cover is so freaking cute, and I do love a redhead. Okay, I do love a redhead. Golf, I doubt anybody watches this channel that's like, my favorite thing in the world is golf. If so, that's great. I'm sure playing golf is so much fun. But reading about somebody playing golf? I feel like Tessa Bailey really thought that she was doing like the Carrie Soto is back. Like she was going to Emily Henry herself into us being obsessed with golf. Failed spectacularly. Also, I give this a 1 star because 1, the main character has diabetes, and it's used to make people give her sympathy, and I don't like that. But the real reason I give it a 1 is because this man, the man we're supposed to love, root for, says, and I quote, to her father, says, champagne is for women. Okay, Tessa Bailey. Yikety yike. I'm only not going to put it in the bottom row because I don't think I'm going to need to use the bottom row, but it's a 1 star, so it's going straight to the hell tier. Sweet. There are worse ones than that. There are. Okay. Then I read, oh my God, y'all are going to be shocked. Gagarina, Haunting Adeline by H.G. Carlton. This is a reread, and I gave it 4 stars. I had the time of my life. I loved it. Now, there were definitely things in it where I was like, I mean, obviously, every single thing that happens in this is, in my mind, it's like a supernatural world. Like the way that I would read a book that's about werewolves is the way that I would read this and think, well, none of it's real. Like it's not real. So if that makes sense, because this is a really, really messed up story. It's really messed up. Okay. It's dark book talk. Like, baby. It's basically a guy that is stalking this woman and like, yeah, I'm not gonna, no, we don't need to talk about it. But it was so much fun and it was so unhinged. But there were things where I was like, you didn't have to say that. You know what I'm saying? Okay, Haunting Adeline is a 4. I'm gonna put it, I didn't enjoy it as much as Butcher and Blackbird, I don't think. So I'm gonna put it down there. Also, he has mismatched eyes, and Jordan and I connected over, we're like, oh my God, is that a thing for us? I think that's a thing. Okay, and then after that, oh, good Lord. Okay, so I guess I was on a little romance moment. I read Check and Mate by Allie Hazelwood. Again, with Fangirl Down. Allie Hazelwood really thought she was going to get us obsessed with chess. She really thought. I didn't really like this. I do not like, okay, also, if I didn't read my reviews on Goodreads for these, so I'm sure there's a lot of opinions I have that I don't remember, but if I don't remember it, then maybe it's not worth saying. You know what I'm saying? But Check and Mate, I really, really, really did not like, and this is what I remember about this book. There's 2 things I remember very clearly. No, 3. Okay, never mind. You stood out in my head more than I thought. 3 things I didn't like. One is that the main guy character is a virgin, and the main female character looks at him very disparagingly for that and judges him. And I think that's gross. And it doesn't matter that it's guy. It's gross no matter who you're saying it to. Anyway, also the fact that the reasoning behind why she doesn't play chess anymore, pathetic. And then the other one was the little sister. I was like, you need to grow. I get that there are older sisters that act like this, but I'm like, you need to let your sister grow up because she's a literal baby because you do everything for her. Anyway, okay. That being said, I think it was a 2. I think it was a 2. I'm going to put it down there. I'm probably going to put it lower because of the whole virgin stuff, virginal things. I did not like that. Especially being asexual. I was like, can you not come for my crown? You need to calm down. Okay. The Quiet Tenant by Clemence Michelon. So, I own this one physically, but is somebody borrowing it? I think somebody's borrowing it. Anyway, I read this for my book club. This month's on Patreon. I read this for my book club, and I really liked it, and the writing was phenomenal. I'm pretty sure what it was there's a point of view that, wait, see, this is bad is when I don't even remember. I'm pretty sure this was the one where there was a point of view that I really hated. Oh my God, or am I thinking of Strange Sally Diamond? Oh no. Oh, okay, I'm wrong. I'm sorry. Reel that back. The Quiet Tenant, the thing that upset me was that I was hooked on the friendship that we were not retroactively, not post-haste. In past tense, we were hearing about this friendship. And Clemence Michelon, he left us blue-balled on that. And I was so mad about it. The ending came on like that, and we got nothing. We got no relief at all. But again, the writing is phenomenal. I think I gave it a 3. Put it there. I'm really just throwing things all around. We're trying to be spontaneous. Let's see. Okay. I read One of Our Own by Lucinda Berry, and that did not make me excited to pick up Lucinda Berry. I'm still going to read The Perfect Child because I've been told by so many people that I will love it. I read One of Our Own. I think I actually read it twice, but I didn't count it on Goodreads as reading it twice because I was having such a hard time remembering what was happening because it started out pretty strong and then it just wouldn't. I read it twice and I do not remember how it ends. I don't remember. So obviously it wasn't very good. I'm going to put it in the 2 category, but it's not as bad as making fun of virgins. Okay. Then, okay, this is one I actually did read twice and locked it down on Goodreads as twice because I was so sure that I was wrong in not liking it. Well, I didn't like it. Okay. I was so sure that I was wrong that I read it twice. And I was not wrong. I did not like it. Because to me, it is incredibly unbelievable. Like, insanely unbelievable that this would happen. Like, one, it's these two, well, one of them a boyfriend, girlfriend. The other one is, like, they're going to get married. And the guy that's going to get married goes on a bachelor trip with his girl best friend that he swears they have oh my God, there's nothing sexual or romantic that's going on there. I'm not saying women and men can't be friends. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying these two particular buffoons were not friends. Like, what? Do you know what I'm saying? Goes on this trip, comes back, and is like, LOL, JK, get out of my apartment. And she's moving in and we're actually going to get married. I was like, the unbelievability of all of that to happen without the main character, really suspecting anything, really, is, kind of crazy. And then also the whole romance between her and the boyfriend of the other. I was like, in what universe? I'm sorry. I'm being super critical on this. But it's Emily Henry, and I've given her 5 stars before. So, listen, sometimes we're really critical. I'm going to put it after The Quiet Tenant. I'm going to put it there. Everything's going to move. Then, a winner chicken dinner. I read Bride by Ali Hazelwood, and I ate it up. I loved it. 4 stars. Fantastic. We'll absolutely be reading the second one. This is a werewolf vampire romance. And it's good. It's good. It's funny, it's fun, it's fast-paced, love the characters. I like that the little sister in this, when they write children, usually write them to be like insanely intelligent for their age, not Allie Hazelwood. That little girl was a dum-dum. She was a dum-dum, and I loved that. Loved it. Also, the friendship between this main vampire and her best friend. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Thank you. Asexuals and aromantics. Read this book. Okay. I gave it a 4. This is crazy. I liked it more than Heartstopper. Even though I gave it a 4, I liked it more. Had a better time. Okay, Flawless. I read a lot of romance this month. Wow. Okay, Flawless by Elsie Silver is the first in the Chestnut Springs series. I've only read 2 of them, which again, just like the Magnolia Park series, I need to get a move on. Like, what am I doing? But Flawless, at first I thought I hated these covers, and now I'm obsessed with them. Also, again, covers that make it so easy to annotate. Makes it so easy. Actually, they're sitting right here. Hello. So we have a couple well, I guess quite a few for my normal tabbing systems. I have quite a few tabs. I gave this a 3.5. I thought that I was very surprised that I did not dislike or was not disinterested, but I wasn't kind of tuning out to the sex scenes. I was like, oh my God, Elsie Silver. I don't know if it's like they're good sex scenes as in everybody would like it, but my brand of asexual aromantic was not grossed out by it, and that's kind of hard to do. So she did get me with that. And I thought that the romance, I was like, okay, yeah, like I feel like y'all love each other a little bit too fast, like a little bit, I don't know. But I had a good time. So, okay. That is gonna go right here for the time being. And then I read Home is Where the Bodies Are. I read that in 2024. You could have told me I read this in 2022 and I would believe you. This is by Geneva Rose, and it is blurbed by Colleen Hoover. You know, I marketing-wise, financially, I understand why you wanted it to be on there, but I don't know about that. I love this cover so goddamn much. This cover is stunning. I feel as though I've completely forgotten this book. Unless, is this the one about the 3 siblings? I think this is the one about the 3 siblings, like dealing with their parents' death. In which case, I really liked the sibling relationships because they were very realistic. But I cannot tell you what this book was about. I cannot. I have no clue. Okay, so we're going to have to put it... Here. It's so weird being spontaneous. It's so not me. Okay, we're just going to talk about, let's see, this one, this one, this one. Is that it? Yeah. Okay, we're going to talk about these real quick. Words of a Goat Princess by Jessie Reyes. I did not realize that Jessie Reyes was like a very like well-known, I don't think in America, but a very well-known singer-songwriter and artist, apparently, because she illustrates this. This is also poetry. I saw this at Target, or my brother showed it to me, and I never read poetry, ever. It just, not that it's bad or anything like that, not at all. It's just not my genre, you know? And shockingly, I bought this wholesale because the illustrations in it are so good. They're so good. I loved it so much. But when I was reading it, I didn't get it. Like, there was a couple of them that I did, and I tabbed, but then a lot of them I was like, I don't actually have any idea what you're saying, like what's going on. So I will not be reading that, and I will not be ranking it. Bye-bye. Tris 6 Venom by Penelope Douglas. I DNF'd this because I was so bored, and I'm not going to rate it or rank it because this is her only lesbian romance. So at some point I might give it another chance. But I just know that I was reading it and I kept zoning out because I just did not care. I did not care. And I was like, this is lesbians. Like, why do I not care? So, bye-bye. Okay, The Ritual by Chantal Tessier. I was physically reading this, and I think I got like 75 pages in, something like that. No. 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 This is the same girl that read Haunting Adeline and gave it 4 stars. This, no. I'm good. I'm good. There's a level of believability that you have to suspend with dark romance, but I wasn't having fun even with my suspended disbelief. There are so many trigger warnings with this book, so be aware. Okay, what's a book that I am going to rank? Ah, I clicked the rank button. Okay, Mislaid in Parts Half Known by Shauna McGuire. That's the 9th? The 9th book. Yes, because we're on the same trajectory with the Veronica Speedwell series as we are with the Wayward Children series, which is crazy because they're my favorites. Okay, Mislaid in Parts Half Known. I love this cover so much. I gave this a 4. This is the one where the girl goes through. This is the one where the girl goes through like the different portals trying to find her friend, and the friend is in like a dinosaur world. I read it. You can't tell, but I did read it. And I know I gave it 4 stars. So because I can't really remember that much, I'm going to put it... I feel like that's so criminal to put it past. Put Haunting Adeline before that. I said what I said, but no, I didn't. You know what I'm saying? Oh, good Lord. Murder Road by Simone St. James.
I lost all hope today. I'm empty.
The inside of this book is as bad as the cover. Also, it's blurred by Riley Sager. So say less. Like, that's all you really needed to know. But Riley Sager's books are probably better than this. Simone St. James. I read The Broken Girls. Loved it. Read The Book of Cold Cases. Have never been so bored in my entire life. This book is not just unbelievable. Not just vastly, insanely unbelievable. With a character that is so insufferable. Just insufferable. Oh my God, I hated her. Not only than that, the writing is bad. This book is bad, okay? If you loved it, I like that for you. I have tepid feelings about that for you. I despised this book. It was terrible. There's a point where the main character says, or another character says to our main female character, like, oh, like this is a tiny town. If you took off your makeup and looked like maybe a little bit more down to earth, then maybe you would fit in better. And she goes, I'm not wearing any makeup. And I wanted to shoot myself into the blazing sun. What the fuck? If a man wrote that, I wouldn't be surprised. But a grown woman wrote that has published more than 1 book? I'm fearing for our collective lives. Then there's a point where the main character, who is white and blonde and pretty and young, by the way, and married, and has money to go on vacation, okay? She says to her husband, she calls them people like us, about being discriminated against by police. People like us. That's real. That's real. Simone St. James said that. Yeah, okay, there's so many other reasons. This is really, truly, terribly, terrible. I'm going to put it at the very, very bottom, at the very last place. Oh, look at a star. Oh my God, okay. Oh, wait, it's going to fall over. Is everything going to fall over? Okay. That was scary. This is going in my top of the year. It's going in my top of the year. This is so good. 5 freaking stars. I loved it. This is a continuation of Flawless, and then there's Heartless, and then what is it? Powerless, Reckless, Hopeless. I haven't read those, obviously. Or the Wild Love spinoff series. But I'm going to, because this, I was eating. I was feasting. I was clapping. I was cheering. I was sad. I ate this up. I read it all physically. I had the audiobook. I may have listened to like less than 3 minutes because I was doing something and I was like, I want to continue reading this, but I want to do whatever I was doing. So I put my headphones on, started it, and changed it to a YouTube video instead because I was like, no, I gotta physically read this. I ate it up. Okay. And when I tell you the sex scenes in this, hot. Hot. I'm saying that? That is damn hard to do. That is a feat if you've ever seen one. And Elsie Silver, she got me. She got me. One of the tabs is for hot moments. Like, that's sexy. That you got me. Also, she's a redhead. Like, need I say more? Also, the guy is like very Rip. Like, his look is very Rip from Yellowstone. And this is very Yellowstone. And I loved it. Have I ever actually watched Yellowstone? No, but I've watched all the clips of Rip and Beth because I'm a fangirl to my core. Okay, this is going up the upper echelon. It's not gonna beat out Magnolia Parks because of the writing of Magnolia Parks and the toxicity, which I ate up. Okay, I have 57 seconds left of these readings, friends. So editing, Katie? Okay, so I'm going to cut here and come back in a little bit. So editing, okay, so I'm going to cut it here and come back in just, for me, 15 minutes. For you, a blink of an eye. Okay, let's do that. 1, 2, 3, magic. Magic. Okay, I realized when I was talking to the bunnies that I was recording for like 28 minutes and I'd only gone through 22 books and there's 56 to go over. So welcome to my feature film. Actually, not welcome. Welcome back from the intermission of my feature film. Hopefully it's not a feature film like Quentin Tarantino style, you know what I'm saying? Because his stuff is like 3 hours long. Okay, let's, oh, I need to hit the record. Okay, so editing, Katie, are you here? You listening? I'm hitting the button and it says 3, 2, 1, blast off. Okay. The next book that we are going to discuss. Oh, Slow Dance by Rainbow Rowell. Okay, this is one that's a little bit hard because while I was reading it, I was loving it. Loving it. And then I kind of forgot about it, like almost immediately afterward. And I know that I wrote that in my Goodreads review because it wasn't even that long later. It was only like less than a week later that I wrote that review. And I was like, what? And I don't remember what I rated this. It's not above a 4. I think it was a 3.5 because I really, really liked it. But I did feel like the book went on for too long and that I don't remember why, but there was something about the ending that was a little bit unsatisfactory for me. But this really goes to, sorry, visually, that was crazy. This visually shows that, or not visually, this shows that Rainbow Rowell is capable of writing adult romance and doing it well because I've really enjoyed some of her young adult romances in the past. So this is very promising. Yes, promising. Okay, I'm gonna put it. Okay, now I feel like The Quiet Tenant should be way higher than that. Okay, how do we do this again? How do you get it to... Oh, detach image. Okay. I've used this before. Let's put this over here. Because again, the writing was really good. Okay. Then, okay, Killing Stalking number 6. How many have I read? 6. I don't think the 7th one is out yet. I think it's coming out in December because I have it pre-ordered. I think I gave this one a 3. I'm pretty sure because, well, one, let me minimize this. Yeah, let me do this so that, nope, can't do that because it's a spoiler. I'm sorry that this is so big on your screen right now. This is softcore pornography. That's softcore pornography. I think I give this a 3 because I genuinely, at this point, I'm like, where is this going? I know I do that with manga a lot, like, well, this is manhwa, but that realm of literature is, if I don't think there's ever going to be a point or an end, except with Veronica's People, because the point is the characters, duh. I don't know where this is going. So I feel a little bit drug out. I feel a little bit bamboozled because the beginning was the punch of the century. So I'm not really sure about that, but this cover is stunning. I'm going to put it, well, I have to put it above Home Where the Bodies Are. Okay, I'll move Home is Where the Bodies Are to, I don't know. Anyway, we'll reorganize. Next. Listen, I technically didn't read all of this. I read most of it. I love this cover, and it was one of the books that I was anticipating. It's terrible. It's horrible. Now, maybe I just didn't understand, because this book is very confused. It's very like, I'm in a room, but I'm not in the room, and I'm dead, but I'm not dead anymore. And it's like, what? Like, I'm in a chair and I have the knife, but then I am the knife. No. So I read most of it, and then I skipped to the ending, and I read the ending, and what? And also the amount of times that this author, oh, it's supplication, by the way. The amount of times that this author talks about, like cockroaches having sex. No, I'm so good. I'm so good. Thank you. This is, okay, that's definitely worse than Fangirl Down, but it didn't offend me, so I don't know what we're going to do with that. And then we have Salem's Lot. Now, I gave this a 3-star, and I went and amended it to a 3.5 because the writing in this is so good. It really is. And this is Stephen King's second novel. And it's a cult classic, a gothic classic, Salem's Lot. That's crazy. I think that this, for starters, was a little bit too slow for me, and it was a little bit too creepingly big brain, I think, for me. So I liked it, but I was hoping I would love it. So I gave it a 3.5. I'm going to put that behind The Quiet Tenant. Okay, this is another one where I'm like, it's me. You know, maybe I just wasn't getting it. Or I'm not the correct reader for this book. I Was a Teenage Slasher by Stephen Graham Jones. I love this cover. It's a guy, teenager, who's like, it's my destiny. I have to become a killer. This is what killers do. It's what slashers do. And it was very meta, but I didn't like it. I loved the ending, but it wasn't for me. I think I'm going to put it, it's going to go before Funny Story when we reorganize, but that will come. Don't pay attention to the organizing right now. I realize I'm like fucking this up. Then we have The Eyes Are the Best Part by Monica Kim. I am so sad to be telling you that I did not like this book. I must have read a different book. I didn't get it, clearly, because everybody loves this book. And I am so confused because it was so boring and monotonous and boring until it wasn't. And then all of a sudden it was crazy. And like, yeah, I was there for that. But I was like, because I didn't know what was going to happen in this book, I was like, is this going to be boring the entire time? What are we doing? And the mom in this book, girl, stand up, wipe your tears. Shut up, sit down, stand up, get back. I don't understand. She was so freaking annoying. I hated it. And also, I hated the guy, like the friend, student, whatever. He was so annoying. So yeah, unfortunately, that is going to go pretty far down on the list. I did not care for that. Horror movie. This is one that if I reread it, I'm sure my rating would go up because I was so confused while I was reading it that it made me kind of dislike it because I was just like, was continually like, I have no idea what's going on or what we're supposed to be paying attention to. Is this real? Is this not real? What's happening? But I think that the storytelling is very interesting and not, as far as I've never read it before. Also, the cover of this book, beautiful. The ending.
2 shots of vodka.
Yeah. I'm going to give it a 3. It's going to go around there. Okay. And then I suffered through another Riley Sager. And it's so sad to say that I like this cover so much, but this book was terrible. This book's terrible. The most convenient plot twists would happen, and then the most convenient not paying attention to very obviously suspicious things. What? No. There's a whole video of me spoiling this entire book. That will be linked down below if you care. Or if you don't want to read it, because I wouldn't suggest it. No. Would not suggest. Okay. Then I read, we'll go ahead. Let's talk about all of them, actually. I read the last 3 volumes of Blood on the Tracks by Shuzo Oshimi. That is volumes 15, 16, and 17. I read 15 and 16 back to back for summer week, I think. I don't remember. And then I read Blood on the Tracks 17 on digitally, because I don't own it physically yet. What do I say? I didn't rate 17 because I don't really understand what happened. Like, I don't get it. I was left dissatisfied, I'll say that. There was a lot of things that could have happened in the end. And while you could argue that there was no way to end it, that could be true, but I wanted something, you know? So I didn't rate the last one, but I'm going to put it around the 2 category. And then I want to say 16. Again, I was like, but 15, I was like, oh shit, what's going on here? Oh my God. And the artistry is going to put it above other things, because if you have never seen Shuzo Oshimi's artwork in manga, nothing else needs to be said. Okay, we've got a lot of duds this month. I read Nestlings by Nat Cassidy for the Smut Salon, and I did not like this. I did not like it. Everybody else loved it. My brother said it was better than Mary, and him and I had a heated debate on why I did not believe that was true. Apparently, this is based on Rosemary's Baby, which I have never read and never seen the movie, so I did not know that. But I didn't like it. I didn't like it. And I feel like anything I want to say to tell you why I didn't like it is spoilery, but I will tell you that there's a main character that you grow to despise, and something ends up happening to them that is karmic justice. Karmic justice. I was clapping and I was cheering. I'm not gonna lie, I was clapping and I was cheering. That staircase could not have come fast enough. But it was boring. I just didn't really care. I'll just put it there for now. Then, look at that. Leather and Lark by Bryn Weaver. How the Mighty Have Fallen. I despised this book. Despised it. Because the audiobook is truly horrifyingly bad. Like, if it was a comedy audiobook, we could have passed on that. But you were not taking yourself as a joke. You were taking yourself seriously, and it was so bad. And I don't understand, because I really enjoyed Butcher and Blackbird, but Leather and Lark is a heaping dumpster fire of garbage. And I did a whole reading vlog for it, spoiling it with Jan, and we both hated it. But I would suggest you physically read it, because the audiobook is horrifically bad. Like, it's a crime. Those audiobook narrators, I hope that they can't sleep at night, because that's how embarrassed they are. Okay, we're putting that way down at the bottom. So bad, so terribly written. Oh, look at a star. Look at a star. Where is she? Where is she? Oh, right here. I would pull it out, but I don't want to move Miss T Swift. A Certain Hunger. I also read this for the vlog going through everything with Gabby and Gavin. If you want to watch that, it's on my channel. I ate this up. Every pun intended. The writing in this is spectacular. It is so intelligent and witty and weird and like gross and descriptive and horror. This is about a woman who is a food critic, journalist, food critic. And she, based on some reason, tastes a human in some way and gets a taste for it and realizes, I could cook something up here. I could cook something up here. And that she does. That she does. I ate it up every single second. Okay. Then, oh my God, our star, A Grave Robbery by Deanna Raybourn, the 9th book in the Veronica Speedwell series. Deanna Raybourn could just shit on a page, and I'd be like, I'll take it. I'll take it. Auction it off, $50. I'll buy that one page. Thank you so much. I adore the series so much. This one was okay. This one was good. It wasn't as good as A Signature Revenge that came before it. But listen, there's 9 books in the series. You're not going to have a 5-star every time. So this was a 4-star. I'm going to put it before Killing Stalking. Oh, okay. Here we go. Apprentice to the Villain by Hannah Nicole Mayer. I gagged myself by giving this 5 stars. I had a freaking fantastic time reading this book. Fantastic. I really enjoyed so much Assistant to the Villain. I give it 4 stars. This one, I was like, it has to get 5 stars. I was kicking and giggling. Like, I was kicking and giggling. I loved it. It is so fun, so funny. In my opinion, better than the first book. And the first book is good. And that's especially amazing because this is not, before this was not an author. This is a woman that is a TikToker who during COVID started a series of like Assistant to the Villain where she played the bright, sunshiny assistant to a really gloomy, dark villain. And they got so much traction that she ended up getting a 3-book deal. Amazing. Okay, this is it's going to go before those 2 in front of it, but we'll do that in a second. Okay, Spy Family Volume 10. All I have to say is Sylvia Sherwood can choke me. Yeah, she can choke me. Also, Baby Twilight. So cute! I love it so much. Okay. Around there. Oh, I already did this one. LOL. My Husband by Maud Ventura. This cover is so stunning, and I'm so happy to tell you that this is not just a gorgeous gown. It's a gorgeous gown with a gorgeous brain. I loved this. You know, honestly, I was so gooped and gagged that Kayla didn't love this. Like, I really, really, really would have bet money that she was going to love this. This is translated. So if something's lost in translation, I didn't see it. I did not see it. This is one that I can definitely see why people would maybe get bored by it or not really like it, because it really is just following a woman's mental instability. And usually I'm somebody that needs there to be plot. There needs to be something going on. I did not in this. She had me hooked. This woman is so unhinged. But here's the thing, is I was kind of relating a little bit. Like, she would be like, oh, well, if I get 3 seconds less of sleep every night because of this thing that's causing her to lose the 3 seconds of sleep, she's like, if you put all of that together throughout my whole life, I'm going to die a little bit sooner. And I was like, oh gosh, she's right. And then I looked at myself and I went, Katie, get it together. Girl, talk to a therapist. That's insane. Oh, sorry for the switcheroo. This is so good. It's going to go at the top, but what can we do? Got to work our way there. Monstrilio. This, by Gerardo Simona Cordova. I read this for my book club, but then I didn't read it in time for the book club. So we didn't do that. And then we were supposed to do it the next month and we read a different book instead and it was a whole mess. Anyway, this is a book that if I reread it, I think it would be a 4.5 or 5. I gave it a 4. I was just not in a good mental space when I read this to be really loving anything because I was not loving life. So I gave it a 4, but I think it's actually a 5 or a 4.5. I ended up putting it on my shelf for that very reason. So I'm going to put it, I didn't have as much fun as I did with Butcher and Blackbird. Anyway, it doesn't matter. We're going to reorganize. How many times have I said that? Then we have The Husbands. Okay, what an amazing concept. Holly Gramazio. Also, what an amazing name. Holly Gramazio. The Husbands. Awesome. Awesome foundation. But that's all you really had. It's a woman who, every time she goes into the attic and comes out, or every time her husband goes into the attic and comes out, he comes out a different person. Totally different guy. Totally different lives they're living. That's so fascinating. But when I tell you, you watch her go through, I shit you not, on page, like 1,000 husbands. Like, it had to have been over 200. I'm so serious. Over and over and over and over. And I was like, are we going somewhere? Are we going somewhere? Because I'm bored. Like, I'm bored. Okay, anyway, it was fine or whatever. Put it, yeah. I didn't hate it, but I was like, what's the point? Okay, another gagged moment. Everybody was like, oh my God, the housemaid Frida McFadden is like so lazy and lame and like whatever. It's like lazy writing. I ate this up. If you liked Verity by Colleen Hoover, read this book. Read this book. This book was good. It's good. And I bought the audiobook for the second and third one. I put it on my shelf. It's somewhere around here. Oh, here we go. Not me like straightening my books while I'm doing this with y'all. Katie, stop. Okay. I really loved it. I think I gave it a 4.5, honestly. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. I really liked it. And then we have, okay, The Measure. Here's the thing. Great concept. Great concept. I wish that this had been the third, if not later than that, book by this author, because this concept is so good and it was mishandled so egregiously in this book because there's so many things that should have been talked about and weren't. This was such a narrow scope of perspectives. 8 people, all in the same city, in the same country. I just hate that there was so much potential, like an insane amount of potential, and you only scraped the surface of what could have been done. Now, I will say, the summary of this book alone will have you discussing this with people for months. So it's where every single human being on Earth one day wakes up and finds a box on their doorstep or outside their tent or whatever. And it has a string inside of it. And it tells you how long you have left to live. The question is, do you want to know? Do you look at it? Do you want to know your husbands, your wives, your kids, your moms, your dads, your sister? Like, do you want to know? Who do you tell? Do you get discriminated against? Anyway, I didn't really like it that much, so we're just going to put it there. Ooh, another gorgeous, gorgeous gown with a gorgeous interior. The Night Guest by Hildur Nutsadter. Sorry. It is translated. This is such a weird book. You can read this in one sitting. I'm not joking. It is so short. And there are a lot of pages that legit have like 3 words on them. It's so short, but you feel like a genius because you're reading it so fast. What happened in this book? I don't know. I don't think I'm supposed to know. How did it end? Beats me. I have no freaking clue, but I loved it. I loved it. The concept, also amazing. It's a woman who wakes up every day and is so tired and exhausted and achy. And one day she puts on a Fitbit to track her sleeping pattern and wakes up to find that she has walked 40,000 steps in her sleep. And she's like, where am I going? Where am I going? And every once in a while she kind of wakes up with like blood under her nails. And she's like, that's weird. That's suspicious. So yeah, I can't spoil this because I actually have no fucking idea what happened. But I loved it. I gave it a 4.5 and then I said it's probably a 5. Oh, sorry, I was checking my time. Okay, this is gonna be an hour and a half. I'm not even joking. Stephen King's The Mist. So we did a read along, watch along on my Patreon where I wanted to watch The Mist with my patrons so bad because if you've never seen this movie, do not look it up. Do not Google it because the second you Google it, it shows you and tells you what happens in the end. Just watch it. Just watch it. I'm telling you. And it's, okay. It's one of my favorite movies of all time. Now, I know a lot of people hate this movie. A lot of people hate this movie. And I get it because you were not societally trained to be okay with this because Western movies don't do this. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but they do not do this, okay? So, The Mist, okay, it's a novella, for starters. And I will tell you that the movie's better than the book. And I know that's crazy, but the ending Stephen King wanted to write in this book, but didn't have the balls to do it. The director of The Mist heard that and said, I'll do it. And Stephen King was like, you're not going to. Like, you'll get blackballed. And he was like, I'll do it. And he did. And when I tell you, I was watching this in the theater in middle school, which I should not have been allowed to do, but I was watching this in the theater. And while I was thinking, is this like the best movie I've ever seen in my life? There were grown men standing up, storming out, ranting, raving, and demanding their money back because that's how mad they were. Watch it. It's so good. It's on Tubi, by the way. So if you want to watch it for free, you can do it on there. Okay. Someone You Can Build a Nest In by John Wiswell. I'm getting goosebumps. I love this book. I loved every single second of this book. I was listening to the audio, which I highly recommend, but I had to have the physical book in front of me the entire time because I could not stop highlighting, tabbing, writing. This book is perfect for me. Like, this is for me. I love this so much. It's like a dark take on a fairy tale, and it's gay, lesbians, what? It's also like a monster creature feature-ish kind of thing, like a shape-shifting monster that like eats people and takes their body parts and uses it to like make its own like mural of body parts, like a mosaic. And it's so gay. And it's so good. And this is like the most female empowering feminist novel, and it's written by a man with a J name. What in the Twilight Zone? Let's put you all the way at the top. I'm obsessed. It's going in my top 10 of the year without a fucking doubt. Bright Young Women. I loved this. Now, I do want to preface this by saying I understand that there is a lot of arguable and a lot of real criticism over this book. And I understand if you read it and have those, because you are not incorrect. You're not. It's just what it is, how you view that critique. So this is a retelling of was it Florida State? I'm forgetting which, the Bundy murders at a sorority house. And you are following the perspective of of the sorority leader, who was there that night, but survived. It is harrowing. It is so haunting. It is so well written. It is gutting. It's intelligent. It's a real look at not Bundy, but the women and what they had to go through with society and media and police trying to frame them as dumb and weak and insipid and frame it as in that Bundy was beautiful and he was so charismatic, when that's not true. So you're getting the story of this. Now, I do understand people's distaste for this is a fictional version of a real life massacre. But I do believe that Jessica Knoll did get, I don't think everybody, because they didn't respond, but she did get people's permission. And there was a woman who did survive that very night that she was in contact with, who was telling her like what happened. So I get it, that it is distasteful in a way. But I didn't find it to be, and I gave it 5 stars. And I think it's like some of the best writing I've ever read. I really loved it. I don't love it more than Magnolia Parks, but that's going to be hard to beat. Hard to beat. We have 20 minutes. I think we can do it. I vlogged this. Okay. Abby Jimenez, Just for the Summer. I love Part of Your Bowl. Love it. I enjoyed Yours Truly. I did not like this at all. Now, here's the thing. I think it was all over the place a little bit. It was very realistic when it came to the mother-daughter relationship of like a toxic parent. Very realistic, but difficult to read about. The thing is, this is a romance. And the main character's name is Justin. That's my brother's name. I'm gonna vomit. I was like heaving while I was listening to this audiobook. That's not Abby Jimenez's fault. So I didn't rate this book because it doesn't deserve that vitriol. Like that's a personal problem. But as far as enjoyment, it is going to be going swiftly to the very bottom. Thank you so much. Graveyard Shift by M.L. Rio. This cover is so scary. It's so scary. I did put it on my shelf. I gave it 4 stars. I had a great time. Great time. The amount of times I had to say, hey, what does blank mean was truly humbling. Truly humbling. The amount of words in this book. M.L. Rio is a genius. She's a genius. Like, I don't know. This is why she's only written 1 book and then she came out with a novella. Because she's too busy having the biggest brain of all time. Like, what do you mean? How does she write like that? Like, what are you talking about? Now, I will say this was very short and it left a lot to be desired in terms of the ending and satisfaction. There is maybe 2 little things that could have happened that would have really tied it up enough for me. And it didn't, but I loved the last line. Oh, I thought it was good. I filled in the blanks pretty well in my head, but definitely not enough to give it a 5. But I did very much enjoy it, and it was a very cool concept. Oh no. Oh no. oh, okay, well, everything else is going to look like it's terrible. I'm so sorry. Then I read This Is Where We Talk Things Out by Caitlin Marceau. This I really enjoyed. Again, it's a toxic mother-daughter relationship that unfortunately is very realistic to certain people's experience. This is a woman, the mom. You will want her to be real. You're going to want to pull her out of these pages just so you can spit in her face. That is how mad, frustrated, pissed off this character is going to make you. Okay? But it does go there. This does go there. It gets gross. It gets weird. I think the one thing that was really holding me back about this was the main character is like, at some points, very intelligent and recognizing things and like not letting things slip through the cracks. And then when she wasn't like that, she was just head in the sand, head empty. What are you talking about? I'm just a girl. Ugh. And like making these stupidest decisions. Like, okay, I'll tell you one of the stupid decisions because it's like the kicking off point of this book is her mom. She has extricated, something like that. She has blocked her mom, changed her phone number, has it so that she can't know where she lives or like works or anything, and has not spoken to her in like 7 years because that's how toxic her mom is. And when her mom weasels her way back into figuring out like where she lives and like shows up at her job and is like, talk to me, instead of them having a phone call, the main character agrees to a weekend getaway in a cabin that's hours away from where she lives and anybody she knows with this woman. That's stupid. That's really stupid. But again, the ending, also, if you've read this, there's no way the lesbian was not going to save the day. I'm telling you right now. The lesbian would have saved the day. Okay. Oh, we're getting down to the wire. I love this. We used to live here. Hear me out. I want you to hear me out, okay? Because what I'm about to say, I really want you to listen to what I'm saying. Because I hate myself for saying it. I wrote all over this book. I tabbed in this book. I read this for my book club. We had the most amazing conversation about it. This is like not Twilight Zone. This is like House of Leaves. Yeah, it's House of Leaves. The thing is, there's like a whole Reddit thread. There's Instagram accounts for it that are created by this guy, Marcus Cleaver. And it's so intelligent. It's like a rabbit hole that there is no end to. That's amazing. And that deserves 5 stars. But I didn't have a great time, which I think it's just, I'm not the reader for this because I don't like when I'm reading something and I think, is there a point? Like, are we getting somewhere? Like, is there anything to this? Or is it just a bunch of weird Easter eggs? Basically what I mean is there's a lot of like, ooh, Easter egg, like this could mean this or could mean that. And I'm like, is there a point though? Like, or are we just getting a lot of puzzles just to have puzzles? If that makes sense. And I'm not that kind of big brain. So this deserves a 5 star, but if I was giving it a rating based on my experience reading it, I would say a 3.5. I did have a good time reading it. Don't get me wrong. This makes it sound like I didn't. I had a good time. I just didn't have the time everybody else had, which is very unfortunate. I think I gave it I think I'm not going to rate it, actually, on Goodreads, now that I say that. Then we're down to the wire. Pink Slime by Fernanda Trias. I loved this book. I loved it. I need to get it physically and physically read it because there was so much that was going on and there was so much just, the writing was so good. Is this translated? I thought it was, but it doesn't say so on the cover. Anyway, I want to tell you that I had the luck of going into this forgetting what the synopsis said, and I was better off for that because the synopsis, okay, last time, the synopsis says, I hope that y'all got to this point of the video because I really need to talk about this. I want people to know. It says that the book Pink Slime is about a global pandemic, okay, that has ravaged the world, and I mean, kind of like the Coven, yeah, and that you're following a main character who's like she has like her mother and her ex-husband and the boy she nannies for, and she's trying to like survive this apocalypse and all this. But there's a company who has started selling the only food product that is readily available and safe to eat, and it's a pink slime. Now, when you read the synopsis, you think this book is going to be about pink slime. You think this is going to be Soylent Green. What is a pink slime? That's not at all what this book is about. When I tell you, they barely talk about pink slime. I mean, maybe twice it even gets mentioned. So why is it called pink slime, and why does the summary say that? I have no idea. But that is the most blatant mismarketing I've ever seen. If I read this book and this was titled something else and I hadn't read the summary, I would not have even remembered the pink slime at all. Like, I wouldn't have even remembered it. Isn't that crazy? So yeah, if you go into this thinking that's what it's about, you're going to be disappointed. But if you don't, it's so well written, and it's so good, and it's so like main character who is not perfect and like kind of recognizes that she's not perfect, but also has the wherewithal to know she doesn't want to change. And I think that is so fascinating. And oh, it was so good. I gave it a 4.5, I think, or a 5. I think if I reread it, it would be a 5. Okay, God bless. We are here. The Grown Up by Gillian Flynn. This is a reread, and I'm so glad that I reread it because I listened to this audio like 3 years ago and gave it a 3.5. And I want to smack that girl. 2021, Katie. Psh, psh. This is 5 stars. I physically read it and I literally just finished it right before starting this because I told myself I had to finish it before coming on. It's so short. It's like 63 pages and the writing is really big. It is phenomenal. Gillian Flynn, she just has the sauce. She does it like nobody else does it. I don't know what it is, but she's a genius. It is phenomenal. Okay, and the writing is so good. I'm telling you, it was only 63 pages, and I think I used like 10 tabs in 60 pages. Like, that's crazy. Like, what do you mean? It's funny. It's intelligent. It, in 60 pages, I'm not just saying plot twist. I mean, it takes you from believing one whole plot, like whole storyline, you believe all of this, to flipping the script, and now you believe something totally different, to flipping again. Now you wait, what's going on? What's real? And the ending, I loved it. 5 stars. Phenomenal. Okay, now is here to the ranking, and I have 8 minutes and 50 seconds to do so. Okay. I think I'm okay with Someone You Can Be a Nest In being the top, but maybe it's Magnolia Parks. Okay, let's see what the bottom one should be. So we know it's going to go there. What do I dislike the most? I feel like it has to be one that I actually dislike, not one that I just like kind of forgot. Oh, Murder Road. Yeah, no, Murder Road. Yeah, that one's going to be dead last. Thank you so much. Now we will detach. We'll just basically shimmy these around. So I'm sure visually you looking at me is like pointless. So looking at this iPad screen is better for you. Okay. Let's see. What did I dislike more? Okay. Oh, no. Leather and Lark, the audiobook, it's actually horrifically bad. Like, no. What's worse, Middle of the Night or Fangirl Down? Okay, Middle of the Night is bad, but Fangirl Down offended me. So, oh, oops. Didn't mean to do that. And then I'm about Supplication because the cockroach fucking, like, no, I don't like that. I don't like that. Was there something up top that was supposed to go to the bottom? I don't think so. I think then it would have to be Middle of the Night because what a dumpster fuck. Like, no thank you. I kind of want to put ones that I like don't care. Like, but no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to put One of Our Own because I truly remember almost nothing about this. And I read it twice, which is very embarrassing for this author. Next, do I do With the Eyes of the Best Part? I feel like that's really cutting to say that. No, we were going to say it. The mom was so freaking annoying. Like, oh my God. Could not stand it. And it took way too long to get somewhere, like to get going. Then I'm going to put, listen, I'm going to put Just for the Summer because I was heaving. Heaving. I hated it. Then I'm going to put Check and Mate because of the virginal stuff. Like that really was distasteful to me. I'll go ahead and move this so I don't accidentally make it lower down. What do I want to do next? I can do Blood on the Tracks. That feels horrible. I'm going to do, okay, Katie, get it together. You have 5 minutes and 50 seconds. Okay. I'm going to do Nestlings. Yeah. Nestlings next. The next to lowest. And then I'm going to do, I want to do Home is Where the Bodies Are because I don't remember the mystery at all, but I remember really liking the sibling relationship. I'm going to put the ending of Blood on the Tracks because what the fuck was that? What happened? And if you know, please tell me. Please. What happened? Okay. Then I'm going to put maybe The Husbands because it was so boring. Or it was so repetitive. Yeah. I'm going to put The Husbands. And honestly, then I'm going to put both of the Blood on the Tracks only because, like, listen, they're stunning. They're so beautiful. But I was kind of let down because I was like, I thought we were going somewhere, you know? I thought we were really going somewhere. So I'm going to put those. And then I guess then I'll put Home is Where the Bodies Are. Well, do I want... No, I was going to say, do I like Home Before the Bodies Are... Is Where the Bodies Are more than horror movie and I Was a Teenage Slasher? But no, because I remember horror movie and I Was a Teenage Slasher. So then it's going to be I Was a Teenage Slasher. Oh, wait. No, it's not. Then it's going to be Funny Story. Actually, Funny Story needs to go... Where should Funny Story? You know, okay, we're going to put it after Home is Where the Bodies Are. Because her writing sometimes is okay. Like, it's good, but I didn't like it. Okay, I Was a Teenage Slasher is going to be the next lowest. That's our, like, 2.5 category. Killing Stalking. Well, I mean, I am like, what's going on? But I can't put it after, like, Slow Dance. And again, like, I liked Slow Dance. No, okay, we're going to put The Measure because I was so dissatisfied that I was like, what? Like, that's what you gave me? Beautiful concept. But not even a gorgeous gown. Okay, then, do I do Slow Dance or Salem's Lot? I'm gonna do Slow Dance because I know that at the time I was like kicking my feet a little bit, like reading it, but I can't tell you like damn near anything about this book. That's how little it stuck in my memory. Move that over here. Then we'll do no. Then we'll do Salem's Lot, even though I did give this 3.5 and I gave horror movie a 2 because I truly, wait, shit. No, okay. I'm going to do Salem's Lot, then horror movie, because I would have to reread horror movie to know if I liked it. And then Killing Stalking, because I was like, you know, like, what are we doing? Where are we going? And then, are there any like 3s up here that I put on accident? No. Then I'm going to do, okay. No. Then I'm going to do the Quiet 10 or Flawless. Okay, I'm only going to do the quiet tenant because I was so mad about something that happened at the end, or something that didn't happen in the end. So I'm going to put that there. Then I'm going to do flawless. Oh, actually, that might work there. Things. This is where we talk things out. I gave it a 3.5, I think. Because again, like the delusions of grandeur that you have to put yourself through to believe anything that's happening here. Oh my God, I only have 1 minute. Fuck my life. Okay. We used to live here because I didn't have like the best time, but it is phenomenally written. And then I'm going to do... Okay, listen, the timer is going to go off. You're going to hear it. And I'm sorry, patrons that are watching this. I'm sorry. I'm going to let y'all sit and simmer for a little bit because I want to finish this. Apologies. So then we're going to have, okay, we used to live here. Then we're going to put Haunting Adeline. I had a fun time. Listen, I had a fun time. Then we'll put, let me put this here, Killing Stalking Volume 10. Then, tight shit. Secondly, oh my God, why am I so tripped up on this one? Sorry. Forgive me. Okay, then I'll do The Mist. And then Mislaid in Parts Half Known. No, wait. Then Killing Stalking, because again, like, what's going on? You know, what are we doing here? I don't know anymore. Mislaid in Parts Half Known. Butcher and Blackbird. It was fun. Listen, it was fun. And then I have to put Graveyard Shift higher on the list because what about that writing? Okay, I know that I'm a sin for doing this, but I'm going to put Heartstopper Volume 5 because it's cute. And I gave it 5 stars. But these 4.5s, I had more fun. I'm sorry, but that is the way it is. Then, let's see, I'll put Garlic and the Vampire. It was so cute. Loved it. But it's not going to, like, you know, stick in my noggin. So let's put both of those. And Garlic and the Witch is higher because I liked it just a bit more. And then Graveyard Shift. And then I'm going to put a Grave Robbery because I gave it 4 stars and that's kind of crazy since it's Veronica Speedwell. And I really, really enjoyed it. Like obviously I love all of her books, but I'm so sorry. It's going to go down there. Then we'll have, I'm going to put Bloom because I do need to reread it to like actually know what I think about it, even though there are quite a few tabs, which is amazing. And then I'll have Bride by Ali Hazelwood. I had a fantastic time. And then Pink Slime. And then The Night Guest. Okay, this is all kind of shaping up actually. And then The Night Guest. Apprentice to the Villain. Do I put Apprentice to the Villain before My Husband? I mean, I had such a good time. Okay, well, let's move this because I know I need to put A Certain Hunger as number 2. That shocked me. I thought I was going to say Magnolia Parks. Oh my God, what is the world we're living in? Someone You Can Build a Nest In, A Certain Hunger, Magnolia Parks, Heartless. Bright Young Women. Is it recency bias to say The Grown Up? I think I have to put... Okay. I'm a little iffy about this, but I'm going to put My Husband, and then I'm going to put The Grown Up, Apprentice to the Villain. Okay, Okay. Wow. Look at me go. I am so sorry, Patreon. I'm so sorry. They're probably like, is she okay? I think they can see me a little bit. I think they can see me. Yes. Don't call the police. I am still alive. I'm actually filming and I know you're all shocked. Okay, Katie, listen. Look at me. Editing. You see this? I'm ending the recording. Okay. 3, 2, 1, now. Picture me trying to upload this 51-minute clip. That's a very high, what is it? Pixelation? Very high. The size of the file is very big. Trying to upload that to my computer. I bet you it's going to take over an hour. I bet it's going to take, and actually, I'm sure it's going to probably fail an error 3 times before actually succeeding. That's not great. But I hope that you have loved this feature film. Hopefully it's not 2 hours. Do you love how in the beginning, I do this all the time. I do this all the time. I told myself, I was like, I hope it's under an hour.
Honey, you've got a big storm coming.
Girly pop. Know yourself. Look at yourself in the mirror and know who you are. You are Katie Mother Colson. Okay, if you've gotten this far into the video, I applaud you and your sustainability and your mental patience. Mental patience. Mental patience. Wow. The turn of phrase fits me so well. Okay. You can find me on Patreon where I'm very active. Oh my God, tomorrow we're doing a watch along and it is such a tight race right now. I think it's going to be Everything Everywhere All at Once, but it could be Happiest Season. I'm not sure. Anyway, we're going to be doing that. That's going to be so much fun. That's something that I'm doing every month now. And in December, we're going to have a lot of them because we're not doing a book club in December, or we're doing it for October or November and December. Sorry, I'm rambling. If you want to join, you always could. No pressure, but if you want to, you can. And you can also find me on Instagram and Goodreads, which are linked down below. Thank you all so much for watching. I am hoping to be back on the horse, back on the saddle, and riding like a madman as soon as humanly possible. But let's not put our cart before our horse, okay? All of that being said, I hope that you are all having an amazing day, evening, night, dusk, dawn, wherever it is you are, whatever time of day it is. I messed up my own outro. I will see you in a video coming very soon. Bye.
You try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. Looking for change, looking for pain. Pulling a mob, pushing a train. I'll never stop, stick to a lane. Pick up the pieces and go rearrange. I'll be the best above all the rest.